Morning, my dear J warriors, and today we are here for our second attempt, final lab preparation, and today I'm going to make you solve questions which can be actually done under a minute, and trust me that you will get lots and lots of questions like that, especially in physics. So out of 25 questions, you can easily expect close to 10 questions out of the entire paper which can be done under a minute, which means in 10 minutes you have done 10 questions, and that multiplied by 4, that is 40 marks. So close to 40 marks, depending on sometimes the shifts might have certain variations, and you will see the proof also. Like these are all taken from the last few years. You will see how you can actually save a lot of time by solving those questions in the initial period to gain that confidence and at least get a bare minimum score in physics. And once you have got close to 30-40 marks in physics, shifting it to 70 marks or even 74, 78 marks will not be that tough if you spend around 20-30 minutes more of time, right? So let's proceed with the session, and this is your captain Shreyas. Good morning, Muleshwar, Thalamal, A2B, Sumathi, Akshaya, Rajdeep, SV, Lavanya, Jogendra, all of you are in full josh, and I can see a lot of new students also being a part of this VEDANTU JEE English channel, the #1 JEE English channel in the country. And all the Telugu people have assembled, all the Tamil people have assembled, all the Marathi people, all the Kannada people, all the Malayalam people, all the people from UP, Bihar, Rajasthan, everyone, all the people from UAE, all the people from Kashmir, all the people from MP, all the people from Mizoram, Assam, good morning, good morning. Let's begin. Yes, all the people from West Bengal, join in, good morning. Hello Siva, hello Ansi. Let's begin with the class with full josh, full energy. Last 3 days, guys, the final preparation for your second JEE Mains attempt. The final week, Monday is a good day to start anything, they say, but this is the beginning of the end, right? This is what you have been waiting for. So let's begin with full josh and full energy, and I hope you guys have smashed the like button. If you have not done that yet, please do that, means a lot to me. And yes, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you guys doing? Do that right away, right now. So starting off with the first question coming up on your screen, and here it is. A body of mass 4 kg experiences these two forces within 1 minute. We'll try to solve this, the acceleration of the body, and I want everybody to answer the questions within 1 minute, of course, in the chat box. Choose the correct option and put it up. Obviously, when I'm explaining, I will take more than 1 minute, but if I have to do in the exam, obviously I will do it within 1 minute. But you will see after looking at the solution that actually these questions can be solved within seconds. When you have been asked the total acceleration and there are two forces, obviously first find the net force acting on the body. It will be nothing but 5 plus 3 I cap, take the I cap with I cap, then 8 J cap and minus 4, so that will be J cap, and 7 and 3, so 7 minus 3 K cap. You just add the I and J and K separately, so this will become 8 I cap plus 4 J cap plus 4 K cap. That is your net force, but that is not the question. Question is, what is the acceleration? Acceleration is force divided by the mass, so divide this with 4, so it will be 2 I cap plus J cap plus K cap. 2 I cap plus J cap plus K cap, that is option A. Very good. We had Ansi, Gayatri, Harish, Sankaraya, very good. Mukesh, special channel, Kishore, Manish, very good aspirant, awesome Mukesh, awesome Titani, very good guys, proud of all of you. Moving on to the next question on your screen. I hope you understood direct application of Newton's second law, adding the forces and finding the acceleration. Remember, sometimes they might ask you the magnitude of the acceleration, then you will just do 2 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, which is 4 plus 1 plus 1, which is nothing but root of 6 meters per second square, if they ask you the magnitude, but they have not asked you the magnitude. Moving ahead to the next one on your screen. C1, C2 are two hollow concentric cubes enclosing charges 2q and 3q separately as shown. The ratio of the flux through cube number 1 versus cube number 2. What is the ratio? Remember the ratio of the flux. For that, you need Gauss's law, which says the total flux is the charge which is inside by epsilon naught. So flux through cube 1 upon flux through cube 2 will be charge in cube 1 upon charge in cube number 2. But remember, this is always the total charge which is inside. What is the charge inside this cube? It is basically 2q, the smaller one. Now if you take the bigger cube, 2q is also there, 3q is also there. Remember, 3q is inside big, but it is outside the smaller one. So it will be basically 5q. So shouldn't it be 2 by 5? And how many of you have marked the answer as 2 by 5? Option C for Captain Shreyas. Very good, special channel Bhagya. Awesome, Sankariya. Very good. No, it is not option A, Ragul. Be careful. It is option number C. Yes, option number C for this particular question. Awesomeness. Moving on to the next one coming up on your screen. The cricket player catches a ball of 120 grams moving with certain speed. If the catching process is completed in 0.1 seconds, the magnitude of the force experienced by the ball on the hand of the player is. The force which is applied changes the momentum. So you find the rate at which the momentum change, you get the force according to the second Newton's law. So the force acting is how much the momentum changed upon the time. I'm just interested in the magnitude. So the change in the momentum will be nothing but final minus initial momentum and divided by the time. Forget the minus sign, so it is mu divided by the time. Mass of the ball 120 grams, so it is basically 0.12 kg. Speed of the ball, it is basically 25. Divide it with what is the time? It is basically 0.1. So it will be basically 1.2 into 25. Come on, my dear warriors. 25 into 12. That's going to make it 300. But shift the decimal. What are you going to get? You are definitely going to get 30 Newton. Exactly. 12 into 25, 300. Shift the decimal. You will get this answer as 30 Newton. Very good. How many of you marked answer A? Very good, Gayatri. Very good, Siva. Awesomeness. No, it is not B. See, there was another type of question which was asked before. A cricketer hits the ball which was coming towards him with the same speed. It hits and reflects with the same speed. In that case, you will multiply that with 2 because it will become mu minus mu. It will become 2mu. If it hits and rebounds with the same speed, then the force will be double because the change of the momentum will be double. So those kind of questions are also asked. Here you are just catching. That means the final momentum is going to be 0. Is that right? Shall we go ahead to the next question? Root mean square speed of hydrogen and at some temperature and pressure is this much. The root mean square speed of velocity of oxygen at the same conditions in kilometers per second is how much? That's the question. Yep. So what do we do in this particular scenario? The RMS velocity of any molecule is nothing but root of 3 RT divided by M. Now, it does not depend on the pressure. So, this pressure information is not even needed. It does not depend on the pressure, so it is not even needed. Temperature is basically same. R is a constant. 3 is also a constant. So, only thing which RMS velocity depends on is the root of the molecular mass. So, velocity of oxygen upon RMS velocity of hydrogen will be molecular mass of hydrogen upon molecular mass of oxygen. So for hydrogen it is 2, for oxygen it is 32. So this will become 1 by root 16, which is basically 1 by 4. So velocity of oxygen, take hydrogen on the other side, on the top, which is basically 2 kilometers per second divided by 4, which is going to give me 0.5 kilometers per second. D for Delhi. Yes. How many of you got D for Delhi? Very good, Bhagyalakshmi. Very good, Siva. Very good, Gayatri. Awesomeness. Thank you, Vamshi, so much for the super chat. Means a lot for all your love and support. You don't even have to do this, but you know, thank you so much, my dear kids. It shows your love and support for the channel, and means a lot. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And when you guys give so much love, no, it, you know, even if a teacher is tired, even if a teacher is going through some personal problems also, the teacher will ensure that teacher will forget all the problems which he or she has at home, and the teacher will come in front of you and they will dedicate their life for your upliftment, for your betterment, for your, good marks. Trust me on this. There is no good teacher who will ever think, oh my God, I have so many things, but how can I, make the lectures for the students and all of that. Teachers will forget. So that is one good quality of a good teacher, and that only comes from students just like you. Thank you so much, guys. And let's go to the next question. Here we have, consider a block and a trolley system. This is trolley, this is block. The coefficient of friction between the trolley and the surface is this much. Acceleration of the system is how much? That is the question. Okay. Will the exam be hard? I'll let you know. Okay? After the exam, because nobody knows. Nobody knows. So don't waste your time whether the exam will be hard, easy. No point discussing it. You have to face it. Okay? Right. So in these kind of questions, the logic behind it is, you treat it as one single system. Treat it as one single system. Tension will become internal force. The pulling force will become 60 Newton. The pulling force will become 60 Newton. The opposing force will just become friction. Actually, the free body diagram is already drawn, which will not be drawn in the actual exam. This is basically your opposing force. And this system will basically accelerate. The system will basically accelerate, and the acceleration will be the force which is trying to pull it minus the force which is trying to oppose it upon the total mass of the system. The force which is trying to pull it is 60. The friction is the opposing force, which is mu mg. Mu is basically 0.04, mass is 20, g is basically 10. The whole thing divided by the total mass, which is basically 20 plus 6. So what will this become, guys? Check this out. So shift the decimal, it will become 0.4. Shift one more decimal, it will become 4. 4 2s are basically 8. And this will become basically 26. So this will become basically 52 by 26, which is 2 meters per second square. And do we have it? Yes, option C. How many of you wrote option C? Very good, Gayatri. Titnai, very good. Awesome. I'm so glad. Namah Shivaya. Yes. If you are able to solve the PYQs myself, can I do it, or should I attend this class? If you are able to do the PYQs yourself, then the reason why you should attend the class is just to get that motivation if you are lacking that, or you want to, probably be in the mood and you want to see how others are solving and be in that competition. That's all. Otherwise, if you are able to solve everything, if you are a 99.9 percentile, 99.5 percentile or 99 plus percentile student, then I feel that you can skip, or you can watch only those points which you have not understood. Okay. So this is a very important formula. Those of you who do not know it, remember this. Write it down in your notes. Acceleration, any pulley mass system, pulling force minus opposing force upon total mass. This will directly give the acceleration. No need for drawing multiple free body diagrams and all of that. Next one on your screen. Some ball is attached to a string. Ball is rotated in a circular path, vertical axis. Maximum tension is this much. What is the maximum angular speed? First, visualize the diagram. You will realize which question type it is. This is actually, it is going in a horizontal circle and the axis is vertical. The string will be at an angle. This is nothing but a conical pendulum. This is nothing but a conical pendulum. And in a conical pendulum, my dear students, the tension which acts is given by m omega square L. This is a direct formula. If you don't know it, you will have to sit and derive. Break tension into components. Tension cos is mg, tension sine is m omega square r. R and length are related. Use geometry and then derive. Lengthier process. But if you know the formula, under a minute you can solve it. So when tension is maximum, even omega is also maximum. The tension value is 400. Mass value 0.5. Omega I do not know. Length 50 centimeters. So omega square will be 400, which can be also written down as 20 square. Bring 0.5 below, so it will be 0.5 square. So omega will be basically 20 by 0.5, which is 20 into 2, which is nothing but 40. So answer is 40, option C. Yes, so easily you can solve it if you realize it's conical pendulum and this formula you remember. So that is why I say You should know when to use the formulas, and you should also know the formulas. Hello Prasad, good morning. Sir, if lot of people are writing in the shift, will the percentile decrease? Yes. But you know, we conducted a poll on the channel. I don't know how many of you have seen that poll, and if you have not yet taken part in that poll, just see this. By the way, please make sure that you are subscribed, because you know, this notification came in the night. This notification I uploaded it at 3 AM, 3 o'clock in the morning. You had not even woken up. So in the morning, I put up this notification for all of you, and we ensure that you get timely pieces of information. We had conducted a poll, and it looks like it is evenly distributed. Now you will be like, sir, why 4th April? Many people have said that, you know, their shift is on 4th April. Will it again be like the first attempt? What I feel is many 11th standard and even 10th standard students have participated and chumma marked option A as 4th April. That is why. But otherwise, I feel it should be evenly distributed. You can see 18, 18, 16, 15. That means almost similar kind of people. Students who are at the end seem to be little bit less. So, you know, depends what kind of people come in that particular shift. If there are high rankers, then your percentiles might go down. If there are normal people, then your percentile will go up. Okay, so that's how it is. Moving ahead to the next question. The de Broglie wavelength of a proton and alpha particle are given. What is the ratio of the speeds of proton and alpha particle? De Broglie wavelength. Okay, we know that the de Broglie wavelength is nothing but Planck's constant by mass into velocity. So speed is asked, so velocity will be h by m times of lambda. So velocity of proton upon velocity of alpha, because h is a constant, mass and lambda could be different. It will be nothing but mass of proton into lambda of proton is lambda, into mass of alpha into lambda of alpha particle is 2 lambda. Lambda will cancel, lambda will cancel. Mass of alpha, if I tell 4 times of mass of proton upon mass of proton, and this is just 2 by 1. MP will cancel. This will become 8 by 1. This will become 8 by 1, which is option number A. Which is option number A. How many of you wrote it? No, many of you wrote the wrong answer. Many of you wrote the wrong answer. You guys forgot lambdas are different. You guys just took inversely related to mass. That's where you lost marks. See, in a hurry, you marked option D. See, in a hurry, you have marked option D. You forgot lambdas are different, guys. Did you see? This is such a stupid mistake, isn't it? Yeah. So be very careful, guys. See, I will feel very bad if you do this mistake. You forgot lambda. See, lambdas are different. This is the kind of silly mistakes you should avoid. Understood? Yeah. I know a lot of 11th standard students and 12th standard students, you know, probably, 10th standard and 11th standard students, boards are over. Sir, we have come here to see how you teach. Very good. Come up. Because next year and year after that, you will be in the same situation and you will be learning under me and you will be in full josh. And then there will be students from, you know, probably JEE 2028 and 2027 in the chat box seeing what is sir teaching. Amazing. So, in a series LCR circuit, the capacitance is changed from C to 4C to keep the resonance frequency unchanged. The new inductance should be direct formula of resonance. Direct formula of resonance. Yes, CU. Wow, what a nice name you have. Is that your real name? So, the frequency of resonance, right, is nothing but 1 over root of LC. What has happened is you have changed the capacitance from C to 4C. You have multiplied it 4 times. In order to keep the same resonant frequency, what will you do to L? What will you do to L? Obviously, you will multiply it by 1 by 4 because 4 into 1 by 4 will cancel. It will become 1. So, inductance has to become L by 4. Now, here is the catch. A lot of people have marked option B. Yes, see, I knew it. You guys made a mistake. So, the new inductance will be L by 4. The old inductance was L. So, how much have you reduced it by? you have reduced by L minus L by 4, which is basically 3L by 4. So guys, be careful. Option C is correct. Read the question. It is not reduced to. If it was not by, if it was to, then this option will be correct. Reduced to this value. I'm pointing prepositions. Okay. Please don't let me teach grammar now. Right? You have reduced it by some amount. How much amount? By 3L by 4. Got it? Agreed? Everybody? Shall we go ahead? Will you do this mistake? Please say no. Please say no. Will you do these kind of mistakes? Avoid these silly mistakes. This will prove very costly. I am telling you, 40 marks will be in your pocket. 40. These kind of questions will be close to 10 questions in physics. So 10 into 4 is 40. 40 marks within 10 minutes. 40 marks within 10 minutes you can get. But students will make silly mistakes. They will lose out. They will not realize this is easy. Or they might know it is easy but make a silly mistake. So guys, please avoid that. Okay? I want you to get those 40 marks within 10 minutes. In a photoelectric setup, light of frequency 1.5 times of the threshold is made to fall on surface of photosensitive material. Now the frequency is half, intensity is doubled. What do you think will happen? See, the photon's frequency is 1.5 times the threshold frequency. If you make the new frequency half of the older frequency, that means 1.5 divided by 2. So it will become basically 0.75 times of F0. Now this is the interesting part. This is less than F0. 0.75 F0 is less than the threshold. So there will be no photoelectric effect. There is no photoelectric effect. No matter whether you increase or decrease the light intensity, it has no role to play in this. So the moment there is no photoelectric effect, there should be zero current, and that was the question which you can solve within a minute. Yes. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Here it is. Two masses are given, pulley mass system, light pulley. Yes, acceleration is already given. So what they have asked is the ratio of the masses. Usually they give the mass and ask you to find tension or acceleration. Here they gave you the acceleration and asked you to find the ratio of mass. Use my direct formula which I gave you some time back. A is the pulling force minus the opposing force divided by the total mass. Right? If let's say m1 and m2 are there and the acceleration is basically g by 8. So let's say this is m1g is the pull, oppose is m2g. If you take this as our system, you can see one is pulling, one is opposing. If this mass goes down, this mass goes up. One is trying to oppose it, other is trying to pull it. So it will be just m1g minus m2g upon total mass is m1 plus m2. Acceleration is already given to be g by 8. G cancels. m1 plus m2 you bring it on the top. m1 plus m2 you bring it on the top. 8 you bring it over here. So 8m1 minus 8m2. Okay. What did I do? G cancel and cross multiply. That's all I have done. Okay. So bring m1 there. Bring 8m2 over here. So 8m2 plus m2 is 8m1 minus m1. So therefore 9 times m2 is 7 times m1. Therefore m1 by m2 will be 9 by 7. 9 by 7. Option C. Your Captain Shreyas. C for Captain Shreyas. Yes. Very good SV. Very good Sarvana. Very good Shyam. Bhagyalakshmi. Jeffrin. Sandeep. Devanshi. Awesome. Very good. Vishal for electrostatics and magnetism. The thing is, it's a vast unit, plus mainly there are some conceptual questions. If they come, then it will be tricky. Otherwise, mainly concentrate on the geometries, different geometries and what are the fields, but don't go advanced syllabus like complex geometries like disk and all that, not needed. Then try to find the field, potential, force and energy. and work done. These are standard problems for electricity, magnetism and dipole. Dipole 100% questions will come in electricity, magnetism, and in if you talk about current electricity, obviously KVL, KCL, your resistors, equivalent capacitance, energy stored, power loss. These are standard topics which you need to do. Practice multiple models of question. Don't practice complex resistor circuits. They are not going to come, right? Simple equivalent resistance, Wheatstones, meter bridge. These are standard questions. Just do those again and again. Those repeated models. Try out different varieties. That's all you need to do. Okay. If there is a conceptual question, then you can never be prepared for it because it can be anything. But standard models, you can always be prepared. If you take unpolarized light and it is falling at 60 degrees on a transparent medium, reflected ray is polarized, the angle of refraction is. I think this is based on your Brewster's law. Brewster's law. This is what the concept is. And it says that basically if the incident light is unpolarized, this is unpolarized, and then you will see the reflected light is polarized, then the refracted ray, then your refracted ray is going to be perpendicular to the reflected ray. And as per the question, this angle, how much is it? 60 degree. So naturally this is also 60 degree. So how much is this? This whole is 90, this is 60, so this is 30. If this is 30, this is 90, how much is this? This is 60. If this is 60, this whole is 90, how much is this? This is 30 degree. So this is your angle of refraction, which is option number B for IIT Bombay. B for IIT Bombay, how many of you wrote it? Very good Ragul, very good Bhagya, very good Mubina, very good Sumit, very good Sarija, awesome Mari, awesome Devi, very nice Devanshi. Right. Some of you are like, sir, should I use Snell's law for that and all? Yeah, you can do that. I mean, like, you will say mu is equal to tan of I, which is the Brewster's angle. This is basically your 60. So tan 60 is basically root 3. You will get mu. Then you will write mu is equal to sine of I by sine of R. Why do you want to do all this nonsense? Sine I is sine 60 divided by sine of R. And then you will write sine of R. Take it on the top. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. And this root 3 will come here. It will become 1 by 2. So R is 30 degree. This is lengthy problem. This is lengthy way of doing the same thing, right? So this is your method number 1. This is your method number 2. This is much lengthier. This geometrical approach is much easier. This will save you time. This under 1 minute you can solve. Next one. The force between the two charges is F when they are R centimeters away. When they are placed in a medium of constant 5, with distance R by 5 will be how much? See, the force between any two particles is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon, right? And there you have Q1, Q2 by R square. Here, this is R. This force is F, distance is R when there is in vacuum. So this is in vacuum. New force F1 will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 5. The dielectric constant is 5. So multiply permittivity 5 times to get the new permittivity. Q1, Q2 is there. Distance is R by 5. So distance is R by 5 square. So basically this will become 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 5 will cancel. This will become Q1, Q2 by R square. One of the 5s gets cancelled, only one of the 5 will remain. You can bring that 5 on the top, it will become into 5. But if you notice, this whole thing only is F. This whole thing only is F, if you notice. So it will become F into 5 is that new force. So 5F times, which is D for Delhi. D for IIT Delhi. Very good, Gayatri, Nabisha, Jeffrin. Awesome, Udaya, Mohammad, Nagashri, Kishore. Perfect, my dear warriors. Proud of all of you. Very good. Let's go. AC voltage 20 sine pi t. Applied LCR circuit which drives the current. The average power. Chances of silly mistake in this question are really high. Let me tell you that. Stakes are high. Don't make any mistakes. Don't make any mistakes in this. Question is average power. The average power formula is VRMS, IRMS into cos of phi, RMS is maximum by root 2. Maximum is 20, root 2 as it is. IRMS is maximum by root 2. So 10 by root 2 into cos phase difference, sine, okay. This is 200 pi t, this is 200 pi t plus pi by 3. So this is that extra phase difference, which is 60. So this will become 200. Root 2 into 2 is 2. Cos 60 is half. So 200 by 4 is 50. So answer is A. Answer is A for apple. Very good moment, Gayatri. Wow, Bhagya, special. Devanshi, very good. Excellent, Shruti. Jeffrin, I thought that you guys will make a mistake, but thankfully you did not make any mistake. People forget to divide by root 2. So they will get the answer as 100. But luckily 100 is not even there in the answer. Some people also forget this pi by 3. The chances of silly mistakes become even higher if by chance one was sine, one was cos. Imagine they trick you into that also. If this is sine, this is cos, be careful. You cannot say phase difference is 90. Convert the cos into sine. If imagine it was cos, then you convert it into sine. Pi by 2 minus this, right? So be careful, guys. Convert that cos first of all into sine or sine into cos. Then you can do it. Is that okay? Be careful. Moving ahead to the next question coming up on your screen. Wow, graph questions, very common. I have told you this, especially in photoelectric effect. The kinetic energy versus the frequency. Kinetic energy of the electron versus the frequency of the light which is falling is plotted. What is the slope of the graph? So if you remember, there was a graph of stopping potential versus the frequency, and that graph also looked very similar. If you remember, that graph also looked very similar, and in this case the slope was h by e. The slope was basically h by e, if you remember. So imagine I multiply this with e times. So the slope will also get multiplied by e times y-axis. By x-axis is the slope. Slope is y-axis change by x-axis change. So if I multiply y-axis with e, this will also get multiplied by e. And what is e times of Vs? What is e times of Vs? That is all nothing but the kinetic energy. That is nothing but the energy of kinetic of the electron. So this e will cancel and you will just get h. So the slope should be the Planck's constant. Lot of people think it is D. Why? Because you remember this graph. This was voltage versus frequency. This is energy versus frequency. D will be the correct option for voltage, but for energy it will be Planck's constant. Imagine. Karthika Subramani, exam hard, sir. Exam hard illa. Nange gottilla, sorry. Right? So even I don't know. Nobody knows. You have to be prepared. You have to, be prepared for anything, whether it is easy or hard. But by looking at the trends, we know it's going to be as before only. It's not going to be much harder. It's not going to be scarily hard. Okay? That's what we would pray for. But we'll prepare for every case. And there will be always easy questions to solve to get those 40 marks in your pocket. So we have to aim for that. In the first 10-15 minutes of physics paper, we have to get 40 marks within 10 minutes. That should be our target. No matter how hard the paper is, there will be easy questions. Next one. The beam of unpolarized light of intensity I0 is passed through a Polaroid A and then another Polaroid B, which is oriented so that the principal plane makes 45 degrees relative to that of A. The intensity of the final emergent light is. Yeah. So how do we do this? Malu's law we have light of intensity I0 which is unpolarized. Now it is passed through a polarizer. So what will happen? The intensity will become I0 by 2. It will just become polarized. The next polarizer is making 45 degrees. The next polarizer is making 45 degrees. So the new intensity will be I0 by 2 cos square 45. This is your Maloo's law. Maloo's law. Yes, I0 by 2 cos 45 is 1 by root 2 square. So it will become I0 by 4. I0 by 4 is option C. How many of you wrote it? Very good, Udaya, Bhagya, Devi, Atomic, Karthik, Hansika, Arvind, Sanjita, Mohammad, Ragul. Excellent, proud of you, my lovely warriors. Moving to the next question. Position of a particle is given by this. The magnitude of the velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds is how much? Come on, think about it. What do we do? The magnitude of the velocity they have asked. Interesting. Position is given. So velocity is nothing but dx by dt. So the derivative of this 5 into 2t minus 4 into times derivative is 1. Constant's derivative is just a big fat 0. So this will be 10t minus 4 is the velocity. But at 2 seconds, so velocity at 2 seconds will be 10 into 2 minus 4, which is 20 minus 4, which is basically 16. Option B. That's it. Within 20 seconds, you have got the answer. Excellent day. Very good, my dear warriors. Very good. Keep it going. Keep it going. I hope you are in the rhythm and you are gaining that confidence. And if you have not yet smashed the like button, please do that right away, right now. The de Broglie wavelength of an electron having energy E is lambda. The energy becomes E by 4. What will be the wavelength? De Broglie energy, momentum, alpha, proton, electron questions very, very common in the JEE Mains exam. So what do? Is there a relationship between energy and the de Broglie wavelength? Yes, I feel so. Lambda is h by p, which is 1 by root of 2 times of mass into the energy. Okay, so the energy becomes E by 4. So what will happen to the de Broglie wavelength? So guys, lambda 2 by lambda 1 will be nothing but root of E1 by E2. That's all. So de Broglie wavelength, you can clearly see, is inversely proportional to root of E. Inversely proportional to root of E. Lambda 2, don't know. Lambda 1 is lambda. Energy 1 is E. Energy 2 is E by 4. E cancels, root of 4 is basically 2. So lambda 2 will be 2 times of lambda. Is it there? Yes. B for IIT Bombay. B for IIT Bombay. Yes, Karthik, a lot of Tamil students are there over here. A lot of students from Telugu also, from Andhra and Telangana also. Yeah. Yes, for EM side also, Lavanya. Yes. Help Chendi. Yes, definitely. I'll do that after the JEE Mains. Okay, just give us this week's time because we are focusing on JEE Mains right now, right? Definitely help Chendi. Okay, so moving on, next question. In a simple harmonic motion, statement based 1, 2 or 3 options might be, or rather statements might be correct. Restoring force is directly proportional to the displacement. Is that true? Think about it. Restoring force is directly proportional to the displacement. Force directly proportional to the displacement. Yes. Acceleration and displacement are in the opposite direction. Yes. Acceleration formula is minus omega square x. So you can see this is also correct. This is also correct. Is that right, everybody? Very good. Then the velocity is maximum at the mean position. If you take the SHM, maximum velocity is over here. And here the velocity is 0. Here also 0. This is maximum at the mean position. Yes, this is also correct. Acceleration is minimum at the extreme points. That is wrong. In fact, at the extreme points, the acceleration is maximum. Acceleration is maximum at the extreme points. So it is given minimum. So this is wrong. So A, C and D only. Sorry, A, B, C only. A, B and C only. Yes, option C. Correct. Yeah. D option is false. A, B, C statements are correct. So A, B, C statements you can see over here. A, B and C. Okay. So that is the correct option regarding the statements. These statement based questions can also come. Two particles mass m go around in a circle radius a under the action of mutual gravity, angular speed. Standard question, guys. So many times it has been asked. 2 particles, 3 particles, 4 particles going round and round. So if you take 2 particles, this is mass m, this is mass m, in a radius of a. So basically their separation will be 2a. This is a, this is a. Separation will be 2a because this path will be like this and this guy's path will be like this. So in such cases, the centripetal force which causes the centripetal acceleration is provided by the gravitational pull. So gravitational pull is mass into acceleration. F is equal to ma. This force is by gravity between these two masses. By the gravity between these two masses. What is the gravitational pull? G m1 m2 divided by distance, which is not a, it is basically 2a whole square. Acceleration is omega square r. What is the radius? The radius of the circle is basically a. M will get cancelled. M will get cancelled. So Gm divided by 4a square is equal to omega square a. So omega square will be Gm divided by 4a cube. So omega will be Gm by 4a cube under the root. Yes, D option for Delhi. Under a minute you can solve this. Very good, very good. Keep it up, my dear students. Proud of all of you, proud of all of you. Moving on to the next question, direct formula based, single slit experiment formula based question. Wavelength is given, a value of A for which minimum appears at 30 degrees is how much? The condition for minima, in a single slit experiment, not YDSC, single slit, is nothing but A sin theta is equal to n lambda. But for your specifically first minima, n will be 1. A I don't know, sin 30, n is 1, lambda is 600 nano, 10 to the power minus 9. So sin 30 is half. Sin 30 is half, take 2 on the other side. So 2 into 600 into 10 to the power minus 9. So this will become 12. So 12 into 10 to the power minus 7, take 2 zeros inside. So I think I can write this as 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 7 meters, which is micrometers. 1.2 micrometers, D for Delhi. Very good special channel. Awesome money. Yes, Shyam. Very good. You guys learned how to say the options. D for IIT Delhi, B for IIT Bombay, C for Captain Shreyas, E for... What is E for? The position vector of the particle related to the time is given by this. The direction of the force experienced on the particle is how much? A for apple. See, position is given. Differentiate this, you will get velocity. Differentiate this, you will get velocity. Therefore, the velocity will be, derivative of 10t will be 10 into 1 I cap. Derivative of 15t square will be 15 into 2t j cap. 7 is a constant, so derivative will be 0. So therefore, velocity will be 10 I cap plus 30 t j cap, 30 t j cap plus nothing k cap. K cap, there is nothing. Now differentiate that, you will get acceleration, which is the derivative of velocity itself. So acceleration will be derivative of 10 constant, so 0, and then 30t's derivative will be 30 into 1 j cap. So acceleration is basically 30 j cap. So naturally the force will be mass times acceleration, so it will be 30 m j cap. So it is only in the positive y direction. J cap means positive y direction. That is the answer. B for Bombay. A for Ames. Praveen Raj. Yeah, I would have used that if we were on the NEET channel. But since we are on the JEE channel, so we need to figure out some other name. Right? Correct. So let's move on. Yes, such a easy question, but you have to do derivatives 2 times, but you have to do it very quickly. And I think because in maths you do much more complicated derivatives, this looks like a very laddu question. Moving on. What does it say? Vector in xy plane makes 30 degree with the y-axis. Magnitude of y component is this much. Magnitude of the x component is how much? See, understand the question. It's very simple. The vector in xy plane makes 30 degree with the y-axis. 30 degree with the y-axis. So this is basically 30 degree, and it is given that this component, this magnitude of the y component is 2 root 3. This is 2 root 3. Let's say this is v vector. So the question is, what is the magnitude of the x component? Magnitude of the x component. This was your y component. Guys, in such a thing, if I shift x on the top, if I shift x component on the top, this will be Vx. You can see this is a beautiful right angle triangle. So I can just write tan 30 is the x component by the y component. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. X component don't know. Y component 2 by root 3. Root 3 cancels. Vx will be 2. Vx will be 2. Yes, that is option B. Directly you can say it. Yeah. But you have to solve this in 20 seconds. Okay. Much lesser than 1 minute. These are straightforward questions. If you draw the diagram, zoop, you will be able to get it. Next one. Thermodynamic system is taken in a cyclic process. The total work done in the process. Pressure volume graph. Okay, it's cyclic process. So the area under the graph will give me the work done. Direct questions have come in JEE. So the work done is basically area of the triangle, which is half into base into height. The base of the triangle is 2. The height of the triangle is basically 300. So it should be 300 joules. Is it there? Yes. D for option Delhi. Yes. D for option Delhi. Yes. Perfect, guys. Perfect. Is that right, everybody? Awesome. No, it's not B. Be careful. It is D. The work done. If the question said internal energy change, answer will be B. Internal, delta U. This is Q or work. Both will be same for a cyclic process. Delta U will be 0. Delta U will be 0. Okay. So read the question. What is asked accordingly? Answer. I don't know why this blank slide came. Just 1 second. Let me get rid of this. Yes. Perfect. Next question on your screen. Temperature of an ideal gas change from 200 to 800. RMS speed at 200 is V0. RMS speed at 800 will be how much? RMS based questions come so many times. What will you do? RMS velocity. RMS velocity is root of 3RT divided by M. So can you not see RMS velocity is directly proportional to root of the temperature? Directly proportional to the root of the temperature. So V2 by V1 will be root of T2 by T1. Velocity 2 don't know. Velocity 1 is V0 and temperature 2 is 800. Temperature 1 is 200. Cancels, this will become 8 by 2, which is 4. Root of 4 is nothing but 2. So basically V2 will be 2 times of V0. 2 times of V0 is option B. Yes, option B for IIT Bombay again. Yeah. Is that clear? Yep, very nice. Why delta U is 0, Sarathi? Because it is a cyclic process. Remember that in a cyclic process, internal energy change, it is a state function. It is a state function. It is a state function. Initial state is equal to the final state. So it comes back to the same energy, internal energy wise. But Q and W will be equal by first law, because Q is delta U plus W. So delta U being 0, delta U being 0. So that is why Q will be equal to the work done. And delta U is 0 because it has come back to its original state. So no change in state. State function depends only on current and final locations, not on the path taken by it. Got it? Is that okay? Right, right. Sir, we start the exam by maths or physics. Mani, if your maths is strong, start with maths, or else you will get carried away in maths and you will take a long time to solve it. If your physics is decently strong or decent above average, then start with physics, because physics papers are generally easy, right? So unless some small variation happens here and there. So it depends. And sometimes people think that, okay, let me get rid of maths first, even if it is difficult, even if it is hard. And if you stick to the schedule, imagine, and within 1 hour you try to solve as many questions of maths, then the remaining 2 hours you can solve physics, chemistry. But the drawback of that is you should not exceed that time limit, and you should not do mistakes in chemistry or physics towards the end where the chances are very, very high. So keep all these things in mind is what I would say. A child of mass is going around a merry-go-round, makes one rotation in this much second, the radius is this much, the centrifugal force, can you believe this question came? No problems, SM rockers, all the best for your computer science exam. So omega is what you will need first, which is 2 pi by time period. It makes one rotation in 3.14 seconds. So 2 pi, time period is 3.14, pi cancels, it will become 2. So 2 is the angular speed, but the question is centrifugal force. The centrifugal force is m omega square r. Mass 5, omega 2, r how much? Where is our radius? 2 meters, so 2. So 2 square 4, 4 2s are 8. So 5 into 8, which is basically 40 Newton, should be the answer. D. Yes, D is the correct answer. No, it is not Chennai. Hasini, if my reading is correct, I think NTA has realized its mistake, and most likely all the shift distribution has been even. I have seen polls not just on my channel but also other Vedantu channels, be it the Hindi audience, be it the Telugu or any other audience, right? So it is almost same. So most likely it is an even distribution. So all those problems which happened in the first attempt will most likely 99% not happen. So you concentrate on your studies now. You should feel little bit relieved listening to this, I hope. Cool? Yeah. So that's a little bit better news for all of you. NCC parade is going on. The speed of the NCC parade is 9 kilometers per hour under a mango tree where monkey is sitting. My goodness, at a particular instant, monkey drops mangoes. It's mango season. The cadet will receive the mango. Oh my God, this is such a romantic scene. NCC cadet receiving a mango from a monkey. Okay, so imagine this is our monkey, and it drops this mango like this. It falls like this. There is a NCC parade going on. Kids are there over here. So the kid over here will eventually reach here, and it will fall on his head, and there will be a nice mango splash on his head. So question is how far this distance will be. So perfectly the mango will be timed on it. So what is the distance from the tree where the cadet will be, so that by the time he reaches here, the dropping will happen. First thing, how much time will it take for the mango to fall? So the time taken to fall will be given by root of 2h by g. The height is how much? Monkey is sitting at a height of 19.6. So 19.6. G value is 9.8 specially given. 19.6 divided by 9.8 is 2. So 2 into 2 is 4. Root of 4 is 2. So 2 seconds it will take to fall. Now this distance I can say is velocity into time. So velocity of the cadets is 9 kilometers per hour. Convert it into meters per second. Divide by 18, multiply by 5. So 9 by 18 is basically 1 by 2. Yeah, so 5 by 2 meters per second. 5 by 2 meters per second. So velocity is 5 by 2. Time taken is 2 seconds. So 2. So it will become basically 5 meters. So 5 meters should be option A. Yes, it is option A. That's how it is. Yeah. Yes. Is that clear? Yes. My monkey is very beautiful. Thank you so much. Such a beautiful monkey. Thank you. Thank you. We can make it more beautiful also. We can draw ears and oh my God, it's looking like a fat cat. No, it is looking very weird. It's okay. We can draw the monkey's hands, legs. It's looking like a balloon monkey. Anyways, orangutan maybe. Force are required to stretch a wire of cross-sectional area 1 centimeter square to double its length. To double its length will be how much? Young's modulus of the wire is this much. What do we do in this particular case? Young's modulus, come on, you have to basically double its length. Think what is the formula that you will use. Think what is the formula that you will use, right? So basically area is given, length has to be doubled. So change in length to double its length will be basically L. When I want to double its length, the extension is itself L. imagine it like this. This was like this. Now it is like this. L, this is 2L. This is basically your X. Okay. Original length is L itself. So, according to the definition, Young's modulus is stress by strain. Stress is force by area. Strain is change in length upon original length. So, Young's modulus is 2 into 10 to the power 11. Force, I don't know. Area is 1 centimeter means 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. And original length L, change in length also L. LL gets cancelled. So, I think I will get the force as 2 into 10 to the power 11 into 10 to the power minus 4. So 2 into 10 to the power 7. Yeah. So that should be the answer. Just check it out. 2 into 10 to the power 7. Yes, that is the correct answer in newtons. Is that clear? As simple as that. Yes. Yes. Karthik, konjam. Tamil vasunga. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Here it is. The wire of resistance R1 is drawn out so that its length is increased by twice the original length, the ratio of the resistance. First question was on Young's modulus, force, elasticity. This is a question on resistance. Recollect how resistance is dependent on the length. R is rho L by A, but when you stretch the wire, actually the area of cross section decreases in these kind of questions. So you need to be careful that the volume will be constant. Because volume is constant, area into length will be constant. Now here comes the challenging part. The length is increased by twice of its length. Meaning if the original length was L, it's increased by, this word by is important, double of its length. That means 2 times of length over here like this. Be very, very careful, guys. This is what the wire will look like. So this is 2L. So actual length is 3L. Actual length is 3L. Be very careful. It's increased by 2L. This is the old wire. This is the new wire. So if the length has increased 3 times, the area has decreased 3 times. The area has decreased 3 times because area into length is the volume will be conserved. So that's why the new resistance will be rho into length has become 3 times. So 3 multiplied by L. Area has become 3 times less. So it will become rho L by A into 3 into 3. Rho L by A, see this guys, rho L by A, this thing is nothing but the original resistance. 3 3s are 9. So 9 times 9 is to 1. Yes, it will become 9 times more. Yeah, correct. Option A, guys. Very good. Proud of all of you. Very good. And I can see a lot of new students joining in. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you first of all subscribe to the Vedantu JEE English channel. Number 1. Number 2, make sure you support the channel. Give the Guru Dakshina a simple like. That's all I ask. Moving on. A charge of 4 microcoulomb is to be divided into 2. The distance between the 2 charges is constant. The magnitude of the divided charges so that the force between them is maximum will be. This is actually based on AMGM property. See, the force between the 2 charges, let's say this is Q1, let's say this is Q2. The force between the charges is given by K Q1 Q2 divided by R square. If suppose I want to make the force maximum, I can't change Q, I can't change R. That means the product of the charges should be maximum. Product of the charges should be maximum. But what we have done, we have taken this 4 microcoulomb charge, and then divided it into Q1, Q2. So possible options like, you can have 0.5, then you can have 3.5, then you can have 1, then you can have 3, then you can have 2, right? Something like that. You can also have 2.5 and then 1.5, something like that, right? You can also make this 3 and this is 1. These are the possibilities such that their addition is 1. You can have infinite such possibilities. But you will see that their product will be maximum only when they are equal. Yes, you see that 2 2s are basically 4. 1 3s are basically 3. right? So you will see everything else will be lesser than 4. So the answer will be option B. You do any other thing, you will see it is less. So remember this property. The property is like, you know, if the sum of two numbers is same, then their product is maximum when the numbers are equal. The numbers are basically equal. This is the property that you should know. If the sum of two numbers is same, then the product is maximum when they are equal. Okay, keep this property in mind. This will help you a lot. Yep, very good. Moving ahead to the next one on your screen. Force is this much, where position is this much, torque is how much? Well, this is direct question. Torque is basically R cross F. So R and force. R is nothing but okay. Before doing the multiplication, use our determinant method. Write I cap, then put J cap, then put K cap. The position vector R's coefficients are 2, then 1, and then 2. Then for force, the coefficients of the vectors are basically 3, then 4, and then -2. Then put a line like this. Put I cap here, put brackets, put minus, and then J cap, and then put plus. That is how you expand matrices, right? So for I cap and determinants, yes, perfect. Yeah, very simple mechanical question. For I cap, what you do? 1 into -2, -2 into 4. 1 into -2 is -2. -2 fours are basically 8. Then for J cap, forget this. 2 into -2 is -4. Minus 2 threes are basically 6. Then for K cap, forget this. Just multiply these two. 2 fours are 8 minus basically 1 threes are basically 3. So I think -10 I cap I can see only in option number B. Yes, that should be the correct one. Yep, option B is the correct one. Is that right? Very simple, direct question where you just have to follow the process. This is also very straightforward. JEE Mains 2022, under 1 minute, forget. I think within 20 seconds you can solve it. Z is this, then the relative error in Z will be how much? Z is A raised to 2, B raised to 3, C raised to -4. So when you find relative error in Z, what do? Write relative error of A, write relative error of B, correct? And then also write relative error of C. And what you do? You take the powers. The power you multiply. 2, then 3, and then always take the mod value. So 4. So 2, 3, 4 will come over here. Will the minus sign come? No. See, option B has minus sign. Lot of people wrote the answer as -4. No. Remember, always take the mod values. The mod of the powers. The mod of the powers have to be multiplied. The modulus. Okay. So do not put option B. Some of you got the wrong answer. See, I already saw. Some of you gave the wrong answer. Be little bit careful. Next one on your screen, the height of the point P above the surface of the earth is equal to the diameter of the earth. The value of the acceleration due to gravity will be how much? That's the question. See, draw the diagram, things will be very, very clear. This is the radius of the earth. The point where the, above the surface, which is equal to the diameter, that means this is 2r. This is basically 2r. Yes, this is what the diagram is. This is where the point is. So technically, this is your height. This is your height, which is equal to 2r. And the gravity at height h is gm divided by r plus h whole square. And do not forget, gm by r square is g. Therefore, gm is small g r square. So instead of gm, you can also put g capital R square using this substitution. Gm is equal to small g into r square. You can just substitute it over here. And r plus h is basically 2r whole square. So r square will cancel. You will be just left with 1 plus basically 2 whole square which is g by 3 square, which is 9. G by 9 is option B. How many of you gave the correct answer? Oops. Why did you guys say C? Why take mod value of positive, sir? Sarathi? It's because you always try to find the maximum error in it. That is why you take the mod value. Okay. So let me tell you, in the previous question, see, example, guys, these kind of questions are also common. Good, you asked it. Imagine kinetic energy is half, or let's say p square by 2m. Example. So first write everything on the top, p raised to 2, m raised to minus 1 by 2. So when I say delta k by k, what is the maximum error in kinetic energy? It will be delta p by p plus delta m by m. The power of p is 2, power of m is minus 1, but you will always take the mod value to accommodate the maximum error. When I say maximum error, what do I mean by this maximum error? When will the error in kinetic energy be maximum? Imagine the momentum value calculated is more, but mass is less. Denominator is less, numerator is more, ratio will increase. Ratio will definitely increase. Do you guys get it? Ratio will definitely increase. Similarly, when will you get the least value of the kinetic energy? Think about it. When momentum value is slightly less calculated, the mass value is slightly more. So that is the reason why you take plus values of the powers, because you are trying to accommodate the maximum changes. So you will not try to subtract it. You will try to accommodate the maximum change which can be possible. Is that okay? I hope this is clear. Yeah. So when will you take the minus or the plus sign? Imagine there is a question which said, there was a JEE Mains question like that also. Momentum is increased and mass is also increased. Example. Then the percentage, or then basically the relative change. Then the relative change in kinetic energy is how much? Then be little careful, guys. If I put delta k by k is 2 times delta p by p, and here delta m by m, listen carefully now. Momentum has increased. Momentum, if I increase, kinetic energy increases or no? If momentum increases, kinetic energy increases or no? Yes. Numerator increases. Yes, the ratio will increase. If mass increases, what happens to the kinetic energy? Oh my god, kinetic energy will decrease because it is in the denominator. So the contribution of mass is negative. Contribution of mass increase is negative. So that is when you will put minus sign over here. Did you understand it? Depending on the question. Depending on the question. Got it, my dear warriors? If by chance it said momentum has decreased, then understand that if momentum decreases, if momentum decreases, then kinetic energy also decreases. So then I will make this also minus sign. I hope now it is very, very clear. Okay. So moving ahead to the next question coming up on your screen. If wattless current flows in the AC circuit, then the circuit becomes what? If wattless current flows in the AC circuit, then what do you think the current will become? Come on, my dear warriors. Yeah. Think. Wattless means no energy loss. Resistors cause energy loss. So it has to be either capacitive or inductive. So it is purely inductive or purely capacitive. Yep. That is C for Captain Shreyas. Very good, very good, very good. So many of you got it. Excellent. Moving ahead to the next one. Oops, I showed the answer by mistake anyways. The ratio of the speed of the electron in the third orbit of helium to the speed of the electron in the third orbit of hydrogen is speed. Velocity is directly proportional to Z by N. Third orbit here, third orbit here. So therefore, velocity is directly proportional to Z. So ratio of the speed of the electron in the third orbit of helium plus upon velocity in basically hydrogen. I just have to put it Z of helium upon Z of hydrogen, which is basically 2 by 1. So that's it. It is option C, which is direct. N was same. n was same. That is why I did not take n into account in the proportionality. Yeah. Shiva, always look at the powers. So if mass has a power of -1, delta m by m will be multiplied by 1. Momentum has a power of 2, so it will be multiplied by 2. Got it? So you check the individual powers. If I say time period is 2 pi root L by G, what is the power of length? Half. So delta L by L will be multiplied by half. Getting my point? Similarly, if I say, terminal velocity has radius raised to 2, so delta R by R will be multiplied by 2. So you check the powers of each things to find out the errors in the total quantity. Make sense? All right, cool. Moving ahead to the next one on your screen. The current in a conductor is expressed by this, where I is the ampere, T is second. Amount of charge which flows, these are all numerical type of questions. We have come to numerical type now. Amount of charge. The total amount of charge is integral current into time from T1 to T2. That's all, guys. So T1 is basically 1, T2 is basically 2. Current is basically 3t square plus 4t cube dt. That's all. So 3t square's integration is basically t cube from the limits 1 to 2. And 4t cube's integration is basically t raised to 4 from 1 to 2. So this will become 2 cube minus 1 cube. 2 cube minus 1 cube, and this will become 2 raised to 4 minus 1 raised to 4. So this will become 8 minus 1, which is basically 7. This will become 16 minus 1, which is basically 15. So it should become 22 coulomb. Just check this out. Yes, 22 is the answer. Perfect. Simple. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yes, Sai Harni, very good. Awesome, 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 awesome. Moving on to the next question on your screen now. Here it comes. What does it say? Within 1 minute, you can solve numerical questions also. See, mass number of nucleus having radius equal to half of the radius of the nucleus with mass number 192 is how much? We know that the radius is directly proportional to a raised to 1 by 3. So basically R1 by R2 will be A1 by A2 whole raised to 1 by 3. The mass number of the nucleus having radius equal to half the radius of the nucleus with mass number 192. So imagine a nucleus of radius, mass number 192. The other nucleus, I do not know what is the mass number. So this is 1 by 3 as it is. This is R1, the radius is R1, the other nucleus has a radius R1 by 2 basically. The other nucleus having radius equal to half of the older one. R1 will cancel, so it will become 2 is equal to 192 by A2 whole raised to 1 by 3. Now cube both sides, so it will become 2 cube is equal to 192 by A2. So A2 will be 192 divided by 8. So 192 divided by 8, guys. 8 2s are 16. 3, 4. Yes, 24. Just check it out. Yes, 24 is the answer. Yes, 24 is the answer. Perfect. Simple, right? Direct application of formulas. Direct application of formulas. Moving to the next question on your screen. Flux is given by phi t square minus 36t plus 1. The induced current at 2 seconds given the resistance of the coil is given 8 ohms. First, to find current, you need EMF. To find EMF, use Faraday's law. So as per Faraday's law, the EMF induced magnitude wise is just the derivative of the rate of change of flux. So the derivative of this is 5 into 2t minus 36 into 1 plus 0, because derivative of a constant is 0. So it will become 20 minus 36. You just have to take always the mod of it. I'm just interested in the magnitude of the EMF. Question is at t is equal to 2 seconds. So it will become 10 into 2 minus 36. 10 2s are 20. 20 minus 36 is minus 16. So magnitude will be 16 volts. But that is not the question. The question is to find the current. Current is EMF divided by resistance. So EMF is 16, resistance is 8. So it should be 2 amperes. 2 amperes is the correct answer. Yes, it is. Got it? Don't worry about the minus sign. We have just taken the modulus of everything. Exactly. Very nice. Moving on. Next, 1 minute question on your screen. Force is given as 5x Newton. Mass is moving 10 kg along x-axis. What is work done from 2 meters to 4 meters? So work is variable. So you need to use integral formula. So work is integration of force with respect to x from x1 to x2. So x1 is 2, x2 is 4, force is 5x. That's it. So the integration of x is basically x square by 2. This is 2, this is 4. So 5 by 2, and here we will have 4 square minus 2 raised to 2 raised to 2. Correct. Perfect. So this will become 5 by 2. 4 square is 16. 16 minus 2 square. 2 square is 4, which is basically 12. 2 and 12 go 6 times. 6 5s are 30. So 30 joules should be the answer. Yes, it is. Is that right, everyone? Shall we go ahead? See how quickly we have to solve these questions. Yeah. Moving on. Next few questions coming up on your screen. We have already reached close to the end of the session, guys. We have solved more than, I don't know if you realized, more than 30-40 questions now. Okay. So let's go. Solid sphere and solid cylinder roll, ratio of the radius of gyration is how much? Ratio of the radius of gyration is how much? Come on. So radius of gyration, what is the formula? Moment of inertia is mk square. That is the formula. So for a sphere, it is 2 by 5 mr square is m into k of the sphere square. Similarly, for the cylinder, it is mr square by 2 is m into radius of gyration of the cylinder. Solid sphere and solid cylinder. Just divide both of them. You will get Ksp divided by k of the cylinder whole square is 2 by 5 by 1 by 2. So Ksp divided by k of the cylinder will be root of this whole thing. 2 goes on the top. So 2 into 2 divided by 5, which is 2 divided by root 5. So 2 divided by root 5 is the answer. So x is basically 5. Yes, correct. 2 divided by root 5. I hope it looks like root 5. Yeah, 2 divided by root 5. So compare it. 2 by root 5. So x is 5. Yeah. Sir, rotational motion is not deleted from syllabus. Who said rotational motion is deleted? Somebody has fooled you. Only rolling motion has been deleted. Now many people will be like, sir, rolling motion is deleted. Slipping is not there. How did they ask the question? Which part of rolling motion was required in this problem? Tell me that. Nothing. So don't even say, sir, this is from deleted syllabus. If you ask, NTA will not even listen. See, if a concept was involved of rolling, etc., then probably we can demand it is from the deleted syllabus. There is nothing here from the deleted syllabus. Okay. So this is perfectly all right. Okay. I think, oops, I showed one answer also. Anyways, a particle with certain speed accelerates with this much time taken to reach this much. Can you believe a kinematic question came in numerical type in JEE Mains like this? And what is the thing? Acceleration is given, velocity is given, initial speed is given, time is asked. Use v is u plus 80, nothing great in this. Final speed is 60, initial speed is 10, acceleration is 2, time is unknown. 60 minus 10 is 50 is equal to 2t. So t is basically 25. So time is 25 seconds. Time is 25 seconds. Yes, the answer is 25. Such a easy peasy lemon question came. Yeah. Some of you are also asking, sir, is there a formula sheet that you can provide? Okay, I'll tell you one thing. As you're on this channel, just search over here formulas physics. Just search for this. Oh my god, I typed something else only. 1 second. I'll type again. Physics formula. Physics formula. Okay. Now the first link only, this one, see this thumbnail. This is the latest one, 2 months ago. Click on this. Okay, click on this. This is entire 7-hour class, which you can see where I have discussed all the formulas. You can revise through it. But if you want the PDF, in this video link only, formula revision PDF. Click on this link. Enter your free ID password. If you have not created account, create your free account. Okay, you can enter your phone or email and then download that PDF. Okay, so that is your formula PDF handwritten notes by your Shreyas Sir. This is entire lecture of all the physics formulas with up-to-date syllabus. Okay, all the things have been completed. Cool guys, is that clear in everybody's head? Where the formulas, PDFs, everything? Okay, very good. Obviously, college, Kakshi, whatever your name is, this is obviously Jaan ke easy questions kara rahe ho. Obviously, I hope you saw the thumbnail. It is clearly mentioned questions which are solvable under 1 minute. I hope you read the title. If you have not read the title, then it is your fault. Okay, so obviously I will do easy questions only, no, in 1 minute. What I will do hard questions in 1 minute. Think logically. Projection of 2i cap plus 4j cap minus 2k cap on I cap plus 2j cap plus alpha k cap is 0. Then value of the alpha will be how much? Come on, this is very straightforward. This was also asked in JEE Mains. So basically they are perpendicular to each other. That means that dot product will be 0. So 2 into 1 plus 4 into 2 minus 2 into alpha is 0. So this will be 2 plus 8 minus 2 alpha is 0. So 2 alpha is basically 10. So alpha is basically 5. That's it. Right? So alpha is basically 5. That is the answer. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Very nice. No, it is not 6. Some of you said 6. Okay, this is your homework question. This is your homework question. We have done this, by the way, in some of the previous classes also. Hint is in this question, find the x component of the force. Fx is minus du by dx. Minus du by dx. This is the hint for this particular homework question. Then next question is also homework, I think. Yes, the speed of sound in oxygen at STP will be approximately. Use the speed of sound. Hint, this is the hint, is root of gamma RT by M. Gamma RT by M. So use this as your hint. The answer is there on the next slide. And yes, you can basically see the solution also on the next slide when you download the PDF from the Telegram channel. Okay. So we have solved lots of questions, and obviously when I explain, I will take a little bit more time, but you see that the actual speed is very, very less. I mean, you take very little time to solve these questions. So make sure you find these kind of questions and improve your score in the first 10 to 15 minutes to at least 30 to 40 marks in physics paper. The remaining marks, 20 marks, 30 marks, 40 marks, you can get it in the next 20 or 40 minutes. Okay. So that's how you're going to plan your physics paper. Tomorrow, there is going to be another amazing session, and even day after tomorrow, we are going to have, all like important repeated models and patterns of questions. And yes, after that, we are going to have a replica paper where you get the real feel of the actual level of competitiveness as well as the difficulty of your second attempt. These are based on the predictions of what might come. Okay, those will not be PYQ questions. So these are the two sessions which are lined up in the days to come, and obviously anything else that will come up, I will definitely let you know. Okay, all the best and God bless you all. Make sure you smash the like button, share this video, and talk about this channel to all your friends. Bye bye. This is Captain Shreyas. Go study now. Take care. Hasta la vista.